Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have some very sad news today, along with really good news, and it's really hard to talk about bad news and good news in the same story, so I'm going to do my best. I think an important story, as much as the other one is great news, this is also an important story for another reason. A passenger last night went overboard on the Carnival Horizon just after leaving Grand Turk. Around 5 p.m., the man overboard signal went out on the speakers around 7. 2 hours later, the ship stopped, the Coast Guard went out, and unfortunately, they did recover somebody who was unresponsive. So, very sad news. There is family on board the ship as well. The cruise line's care team is looking after them, trying to deal with the situation. They canceled all the entertainment that night. A lot of people felt that was the right thing to do because, it's hard to go and celebrate on board and party when they know a family on board is also going through some very bad news. One of the things I wanted to bring up, because this is now the third bad situation, overboard situation in 3 weeks now. And so I just wanted to bring this up quickly. If you yourself or anyone you know is showing signs, or God knows that this last few years have not been easy on anybody. The pandemic has put more stress and more divisiveness and more anger out there in the world, and people are feeling the pressure. The cost of living is skyrocketing. The war in the Ukraine, the turmoil at home in political science, it's just been like this, right? And a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed. If you feel overwhelmed, or you know somebody who's showing signs of always looking like they're depressed, please reach out and talk to somebody, either a professional or at the very least, somebody in your family or a close friend. Don't keep it bottled up inside, because I don't want you to be my next story on a cruise ship story. So I just wanted to put that out there in the world. If you're having any issues, please talk to somebody so we can keep this from happening again in the future. Now, it's hard. Okay, I'm gonna go into if you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, including the good news, the bad news, the restarts, the masking requirements, the testing requirements, the new ship blogs, etc., hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, and it really does help the channel out. And I think in some cases, some of the news is very important, and it'll keep you up to date as well. That's my spiel for today. Okay, on to a little happier news. Canada is on the verge today of announcing no more testing if you're fully vaccinated to come to Canada, either crossing the border or flying in by plane. And also, by the way, cruise ship. So that means anybody coming into Vancouver, anybody flying into Atlantic Canada to jump on a cruise ship, you no longer have to worry about arranging that test ahead of time. And that is a big step forward. It also eliminates, if you're going to Alaska and coming back to, say, Vancouver, or stopping in Victoria, you don't need to get that test anymore if you don't have to do it for flying. So that's a big step. Now, I'm assuming they're going to do this for cruise ships. They haven't made the announcement. But if you don't have to take a test to fly in, and you don't have to take a test to drive in, then why the heck would you need to take a test for a cruise ship stopping one day into the city? So I'm hoping that that's the way it is. But at least for flying into Vancouver, you don't need to take a test. Now, for now, you will still need to do what they call the Arrive Can, which is an app you just fill out saying that you've been vaccinated, this is your flight, you're arriving, who you're arriving with, and you take a photo on your phone of the QR code, and then when you're going through security, you go, hip, there it is, and it's as simple as that. It's a very easy program to use. I've used it many, many times, obviously, coming back and forth from Canada and US. But that is a big, big step forward for Canada and Alaska cruises. What's next? What's next on the agenda? Maybe the actual testing for cruise ships. I think that will be one of the ones about to leave soon. And I honestly believe that within the next month, maybe 2 months at the most, you're going to see that mask mandate lifted for cruise terminals and airplanes and airlines, etc., and airports. And then we're almost pretty much back to normal. Many of the places here in Canada now have set up guidelines for ending all pandemic restrictions, all the way up to masking, all the way up to testing, etc. Good news, if you're coming to Canada to get on a cruise and you don't need to take that test anymore to fly into Canada, you also don't have to wear a mask when you arrive here. Every province is pretty much done with the masking policy as of Monday coming up. I think Ontario is the last one to end the masking policy. So it's pretty much open here in Canada. Makes going to Alaska, jumping on a cruise ship, flying in for the summer, visiting relatives again, so much easier. And hey, how much money am I going to save not having to take a test every time I jump on a plane? I can just say yay. And also wondering to yourself, oh, is the cruise line going to do the test? Do I have to find a test? How am I do? Is it the 72-hour test? Is it a 48-hour test? Is it 20? Do they accept the home test? All of that you don't have to worry about anymore because they are going to end at the end of this month, beginning April 1st. I hate when things start on April 1st. Why not make it, March 31st? It ends on March 31st. But no, April 1st is when they're going to start. And that is at least some good news. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.